Freight cars full of old gardening and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you?
Then I thought I wanted money so I could buy a nice thing. And when I found it, was as empty as could be. And now I'm staring at my face above a bathroom sink, saying I want peace, that's where I am now.
Non-stop red begonias, aren't they stunning? And some impatience. You guys, look at the size of this rhubarb. This is a wild rhubarb growing in the back of the house. It's just ginormous. Look at all that seed. Ah! Sky, you're scaring this chipmunk! The chipmunk just ran right over my toe. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was not prepared for that. Oh my goodness. This looks like a garden that was once loved, but has since been heavily neglected. Hello, family friends. I'm curious to know how many vloggers do their entire vlog and their entire spiel and don't even press record. That was me. Take two. Property is looking tight and right, like Frank would say. It takes a lot to keep this place looking pretty, and he does a great job at it. Tomorrow is Father's Day, so we get to celebrate him. I'm hoping that all the boys will be here at least at some point to pop in and say hi and give him some love. It's gonna be a busy day. We got to get the RV set up. We've got to get some tents out because next weekend we have a family fun weekend that we like to do just to kick off to the summer and start the summer holidays. Eli's last day of school is next Friday. He's got a school event and some graduation fun. He's only in grade 7. But he gets to be part of the graduation process, which he is so thrilled about. Eli had been homeschooled for several years, and in December of 2022, we decided that working full-time, trying to homeschool, do all of the things was just a little overwhelming, so we both agreed that we needed help, and we've got him in a situation that he is thriving and loving. So he has had a sleepover at a friend, so we got to go pick him up. And it's a busy day. I'm really excited. Like I said, we got to set the RV up, get the tents all out, get things ready for next weekend, and try and see if I can figure out a mosquito issue, because the mosquitoes are terribly bad still, and I certainly don't want my guests being uncomfortable. Yeah, but before we start into our busy day, which also too, I got a phone call this morning that Luke needs help with the baby, which I'm all over that. So of course we're gonna have a busy day. We're gonna bring little man here at some point throughout the day. So I've got lots to do, so we gotta get going. But before we do that, gotta go pick up Eli. And then while I do that, I thought we would take you over to the local farmers market. The farmers markets in your town and in your area are really great resources. First for food and for the obvious, but also too for knowledge. And you know, while you're in the season of waiting and you're not interested in growing your own food, but you just still want to eat homegrown food, but you just have no intentions of growing a garden, and or you're in a season of waiting, these are great resources. And also too, the farmers are so interested in sharing their knowledge with you. They really love to chat, and so of course I ask a million questions because I am still in a season of learning. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. We're gonna enjoy the day. We're gonna get busy here, but before I do that, I want to show you what I did. I planted the base of my tree with some petunias the other day. Check it out. Sometimes you wonder why you do pretty things. Look at that. That little mess has Thor written all over it. Ah, a little stink pot, fresh dirt. He can't resist. He's a digger. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and pick Eli up, go to the farmer's market. So come along and let's have some fun.
Passing trains that have no names. Brick cards full of old gardening and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you?
They don't like those. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's awesome. No, you're welcome. Definitely take our these. Oh, you spin the yarn too?
15 and 20. We share the sheet, take the fleece, send it to a mill in PEI. They spin the yarn and go Dundalk, Fletcherton, Maxwell.
Okay.
Port Lodge, right in the middle.
Okay.
That's where we are.
Oh, she got her treat from the market. She'll be busy all afternoon now. And this is a yak, what is it, yak bone? Apparently this is supposed to be good for Thor. Some of my market finds today, I got these gorgeous peonies. I know I'm going to have a bunch of them here soon, but I just thought I would get some to pretty up the dinner table for Frank for tomorrow. And I bought some grasses, the Shenandoah switch grasses, which will be a nice beautiful red that I'm going to plant up in the front garden up here. And I got the purple kale, some dinosaur kale, and oh gosh, I can't remember the variety of this kind of kale. This is a different kind. It's a little more tender than the typical leafy green. This is pretty fibrous, and it makes really good kale chips, but this is a little bit easier on the tummy to digest, and it's a little easier to chew. It's not nearly as chewy, and this is really good to put in stir fries and such. So gonna get those in the garden, and of course I got some red lettuces here. Aren't these these flowers stunning. Let me show you what these look like here. Oh, they're so pretty. And this. Look at this. Look at the cap on this Wagyu steak. Anyways, this is kind of the best beef, we're told. So this was a very big splurge for us. I'm going to cook this for Frank for tomorrow for dinner. Darius! I was just telling everyone I get to babysit this little monkey.
I'm gonna take him home for a nap though.
Oh!
It's quieter at my house to nap.
I'm going to get that in the ground. And I'm going to... I had my grandson, we were going to go hang out with him this afternoon, but so I got a few things to get done. He's just gone home for a quick nap. And I got a few things to get done this afternoon, hopefully before he comes back. And I better get the jets on. You like your bone? Oh, the pool is looking tight and right again. Got the heat going. The pond is finally back to what it's supposed to be. Those stones were totally covered over before we had the block, the clog. We told you about that in last week's video. This pond was overflowing. There was way too much water in it because the culvert system was blocked, but we got that released and now that's where it's supposed to be. So those little stepping stones go to that little island. But that little island is always habitated by some geese, and they lay their eggs in there, so they probably have ownership, squatter rights. They have ownership rights to that island now. I'm on the hunt for my golf cart. Somebody took it. Ah, there it is. I found it. This is my plum tree. I don't know if you can see here. I do get some plums. Some nice little plums there. They come up. But for whatever reason, they never come to harvest. I don't know why. They end up just almost like dying and falling off. I fertilized the tree. I don't know if you can see here. Initially when we planted it, we ruined the bark because we had put a wire to hold the tree up straight. As you can see, it didn't work. The tree is leaning terribly bad to the right, and it cut into the flesh of the tree. So unfortunately, these trees we brought from our old property. My boys bought these for me for Mother's Day several years ago from, well, we've been here 7 years and we brought them from the old house, but we harvested fruit. We harvested a huge amount of plums the very first year we had it, and haven't been able to since. So I don't know what's going on. But we'll get a few, hopefully. A beautiful girl. Oh, so pretty. I think peonies are probably my favorite. That and a Gerber. And of course the rose. And every flower. I just love flowers. So gonna take a peek at the garden, see how much water I got. It's been raining a lot, so I might not have to put water on it, but take a look and see. Happy birthday, little sunflowers. These are the teddy bear sunflowers. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they look like. Alright guys, I'm trying to tuck in out of the sun here. The sun is a beautiful thing for the garden, but it's not so much in this time. This is why I don't normally film during this time of day, or high in the sky, and there's not a lot of shade in this space. So I'm kind of tucking in here behind the water tote. Had a beautiful morning at the farmer's market with Eli and I. Walked around and we enjoyed some of the local artists and some music, and grabbed a few things for Father's Day brunch tomorrow. Hoping that I can employ my son to cook that Wagyu steak for him, because I don't want to ruin it. But I really do believe that if you are interested in growing a garden, or if you're in a season of waiting until you can get into your own space to do that, farmers markets are a really great place to start. I think that the vendors at those markets are very interested in sharing their knowledge with you. If you do have questions, they are more than willing to answer them for you, as long as you're not taking away from their other customer base. I've had a few of the vendors actually invite me out to their farms just to kind of take a look at a bigger scale of what it is that they're doing. These farmers markets do cost the vendors a lot of money to be there, so I'm sure it's extremely appreciated. Anyways, guys, I got a lot of work to do. I'm not going to weed in the garden right now. It's way too hot. I'll come back out here this afternoon or this evening with my mosquito net and start getting these weeds cleaned up. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, stay safe and keep living. Wishing you all a happy Father's Day.
I got there enough time to realize that you are only ever here. That's when I found peace where I am.
Summertime treats for the girls.
It's the only place I'll ever be. I found there are other places filled with a million pretty faces, but I found peace with where I am now. Through the ups and downs, I have figured out you find peace where you make it. The scenery won't change it. I wasted so much time thinking I could ever find enough of anything that would bring me peace. So I found peace who I am now. It's the only me I'll ever be. I found there are other places, there are a million other faces. I found peace with who I am.